Western commercial law, right, and people's freedom. And the reason that everybody agreed to that was the fact, in the turnover, was the fact that the Chinese, Hong Kong Chinese, had a special sort of energy, right? They had a special sort of entrepreneurial. It had, from a little island, you had made one of the great financial centers. You had Wall Street, you had the city of London, you had Tokyo, and you had Hong Kong. How did a little, island like that with no resources do that? It was purely the grit, determination, and hard work, work style of the Hong Kong Chinese. That was what the whole deal was about. You wanted to keep that, first of all, you wanted to keep that to help China, to help mainland China, to be a capital market, to be a thing that Western capital could come through there, and knew that you had the rule of law, you had commercial, you had private property rights, and that people had freedom. I think one of the most inspiring things in the entire world today, two things, are the gilets jaunes, the yellow vest in France, the working class people, and the young kids that you see in Hong Kong. These young people that take to the streets and say, hey, look, I was raised, my grandparents came here, and we were raised to be free men and women. We have the right to assemble. We have the right to vote. We have the right of a First Amendment. We have the right to say what we want to do. My parents we were not raised as slaves, and we're not prepared to become slaves. And I also think it's also the cowardice of the giant corporations and even the banks. Everybody in Hong Kong right now, all the power brokers are looking the other way. Everybody wants to pretend this is not happening. And to me, it's not acceptable. And I don't think it's acceptable to many people, free people in the world. You see Chinese entrepreneurs, Chinese businessmen, that go to Hong Kong and just disappear. I will tell you something I would never think would happen in my adult life. Many, many, many people in the West love Hong Kong. And I've had so many people say, I'm afraid to go to Hong Kong. I don't know if I can go to Hong Kong because I see where they're taking Chinese entrepreneurs and they just disappear. This is only going to hurt, not just Hong Kong, it's going to hurt the working men and women in China, because Hong Kong is really a conduit for capital to get in to help build the businesses and industries of China for the Chinese people. And what you're seeing, because the CCP is trying to exert control and trying to break a deal, that now you're seeing real fear being put into people.